Welcome to The Explainer, where we break down complex topics into clear, engaging presentations. All right, just take a look at this number for a second. 12 trillion yen. I mean, that is a staggering figure, and that's the market value Mitsubishi Corporation hit after it pretty much doubled in just over a single year. Incredible. So the big question is, right? How does a company that's been around for over a century suddenly pull off a move like that? Now, this wasn't just some lucky break in the market. No, this was the result of a really deep strategic transformation. And that's what we're going to get into right now.
Okay, so here's the plan. We'll look at their new core strategy, the tough period that really forged it, and then some real-world examples. After that, we'll see how they stack up against rivals, what investors should be watching, and, of course, the key takeaways for you.
All right, section 1. First things first, we need to understand the huge shift in how they think about their business. So at the very heart of this transformation is a concept they call MCSE. Now, what does that mean? Well, it's about moving way beyond just being a trader. Instead, they're actively building these new integrated business ecosystems by combining businesses they already own in really clever ways. So the key thing to get here is this. They are no longer just the middlemen. They are becoming the creators and operators of entire value chains. And, this didn't just happen overnight in some boardroom. This shift was born out of some really tough times. Which brings us to section 2. This new strategy wasn't just an idea on paper. It was really forged in the heat of the last 5 pretty volatile years.
I mean, talk about a roller coaster. Just look at this timeline. 2020, the pandemic hits, and boom, profits plummet, especially with a huge loss in their consumer group. But then, a massive, sharp recovery kicks in, driven almost entirely by their metal resources business. And then, you see it. The strategy really starts to take hold, and their market cap just explodes, doubling. This all sets the stage for their new growth model.
Okay, so what's the engine driving all this? It's something they call the circular growth model. It's actually a pretty simple but powerful idea. Think of it like a self-funding machine. They strategically sell off or tune up older, slower businesses to generate cash. And then they funnel that cash directly into new, high-growth areas. It's a really disciplined way to manage their portfolio. And this chart, it shows you that model in action perfectly. You see that big bar? That's metal resources driving the initial comeback. But check out the forecast. The new profit pillars are becoming these other groups, like SLC, which stands for Smart Life Creation. This is a direct result of them reallocating their money, a textbook example of that circular model at work. Okay, so that's the theory, but how does this MCSV thing actually work in practice? Let's dive into a couple of real-world examples. First, let's talk seafood. Now, Mitsubishi owns this top-tier salmon farming company